Getting a swarm out of a cedar tree can be particularly troublesome, especially when they land on a thick branch instead of something soft that is easily cut. Using my pole bucket, I can reach them just enough to jump a little and bump them. They do not like this. Then I quickly bring the bucket down to the ground and dump whatever bees are inside into this hive. I don't care what anyone tells you about catching a swarm and how docile they are. If you're beating them out of a tree with a bucket, you better be suited up and have your veil on. The goal is not to catch every bee. The goal is to catch one bee, the queen bee. If I can get the queen bee in this box and get enough worker bees down here who will fan and scent at the front entrance to call their sisters, the rest of the swarm should come down to the catch box. An especially interesting situation is that with my first bucket of bees that I dumped inside, I saw 2 queens. So this swarm has 2 queens in it at least. For me, catching a swarm consists of 3 parts. The first part is getting the majority of the workers into the catch box and of course the queen. Phase 2 is to see if the bees still up in the tree will come down and join the queen in the catch box. And if they do, that's a successful catch. Now the second part of this drama is, will the bees stay? We hear always of swarms that are caught and then leave. Some people lock the bees up for 24 hours with food, and that's fine. I don't like to do that. Normally, I will put a frame of brood in with the swarm. I've never had a swarm leave a frame of brood, but this year, all of my colonies are large and they have honey supers on them, and I'm just not going to do it. So I'm going to try to get this swarm in the catch box and put some feed on them, and then we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Okay, so we still have a good many bees up in the tree. At this point, the best thing I can do is leave them alone. Either they'll stay or they won't. If they have another location already decided on that they like better than mine, they will leave. Especially since I don't have any brood in there right now. But that's okay. I've done what I can. They're in the catch box. I didn't have a Boardman feeder handy, so I put a frame feeder inside. That'll give them a little nourishment. And I have reduced the entrance with grass because bees like a defendable entrance. If the swarm stays tonight after dark, I will move it to my bee yard, and I will probably put it on the other end of the bee yard away from the hive that it issued from. And I will stand some tall weeds or something up in front of the entrance, not to block the entrance, but just so that when the bees come out in the morning, they would notice that they were in a different location. And then in 2 or 3 days, I'll take a peek inside and see if the queen's there, if she's laying, and see what's happening.